There are many things that happen on the server, and this just happens to be one of them. Welcome back to episode 2. I'm really glad that the last video has done exceptionally well already, and so I was like, screw it, let's make a second because this is going great and I'm loving it. So here we are now in the shopping district. So this is the shopping district that we kind of set it on. So we got our spawns over there, and then this was like the first area where a couple people set up temporarily, and then everyone moved on. However, we all just decided that it was a good spot right here to put the shopping district. Even though it's a little mountainous, we have been able to kind of work with the terrain. So we've done a few things in between episodes. The first thing being is that I claimed my own plot because I was really worried that all of the good plots were going to be claimed way before if I just waited. So I decided to claim up a plot. Now, something else that I did off camera was I did set up a quick little shop just to make a few little diamonds here and there. So right here we've got MrPanza silly sand shop, and it was quite successful. I only set that up maybe last night and jumped back on, and look at that, already 13 diamonds. So there's still 1 stack of sand. Now I put the prices pretty reasonable, so simple prices of 2 stacks is 1 diamond. I thought that was pretty fair, just because sand is relatively easy to get, but also can be a bit annoying. So I thought if we just did those prices, people would be more likely to buy it, but apparently they didn't want that last stack, so that's fine. There are a few other little shops. So this is Sophia, I think. I have no idea how to say his username. This is his like converter stall. So he really wants emeralds right now. So he's literally offering 5 emeralds and you take a diamond. And then same thing here, like buying emeralds. So he's selling these for emeralds, so like the big pots and the fire pots. I just know he has a lot of clay at the moment. And then this is N22H's shop as well. So he's buying oak logs, so he needed a bunch of them. So I did actually take him up on that, and I did buy a few, but there's still quite a few there. So how many is there? 11. There's 11 diamonds left, so we might be able to get those, but there is something that I did want to get. So I think what we need to do is, first of all, we need to run back to our base. Now it's great, we've got our nether hub all set up. Rainy came through and like fully button-proofed it and everything. I, however, lost my boat, so we're gonna have to run, which is fine because it's still on ice anyway, and our portal isn't too far. I am loving the nether highway. It is so helpful from getting from point A to point B. So much faster because I'm like 1,000 blocks away. And that's like not even 100 block walk, like super fast. So I also did do the very basics of our interior off camera as well. Not much has really changed around the base. We do have a lot to do. And so that is what our main goal is today is. So we got 3, I think 3 tasks is pretty reasonable. Oh, ow, okay. So as you can see, our tools are pretty bad right now. I do have a fully set up enchanting table, but I've barely got any levels to enchant with, and I've just been dying so much that I haven't really had levels to spend. So the first thing I want to get set up is a XP farm of sorts. Now, I know skeletons are probably going to be the best for us, and that's because we not only will get XP, but we can get arrows and bones. So, I do want to get a XP farm set up for that. I do also then want to be able to finally get our tools to way better than what we've got, and possibly even get some sort of villages set up around here. So, the plan for the base here is that I want us to kind of expand over in this way, and then have all of our villages over here, and then this will warp around as well. So I think our first task is going to be finding a good skeleton spawner, because if we can't find the skeleton spawner, we won't be able to set up the farm. Now, I have set up a few of these in the past, so I think I will be fine just to do it off of memory, but we are just going to go find one real quick. Well, that wasn't too hard to find. So what I'm quickly going to do is convert this into a skeleton XP farm. They're pretty simple, so all we need to do is we need to Oh my god, I need better tools. Alright, there we go. So we've got it all cleared out now. So the next step we need to do is we need to quickly make an infinite water source. Grab our 2 buckets. And then which way do we want this? Maybe, yeah, let's do it that way. So we just need to place water buckets all along here. And so what this will do is this is going to push the skeletons into the little kill pen that we've got for them. So we just need to block off that source. Then from here we just need to come down a couple of blocks. Hold up, I think I might have done this wrong. There we go. So now that'll work properly, and if we put it one water going down there, and then we need to come down here, and then there needs to be another bucket here. So right here comes around. So there is a massive gap between these 2 pieces of footage, and that's because the clip, after I stopped recording, got corrupt and it stopped working, and so I wasn't able to actually use the footage of me like building the rest of the spawner, but it wasn't really much. It was just chucking down a few slabs and then just getting it ready so that the mobs would drop, and then I broke the torches so it'd be able to work. I really don't know what happened to the footage, but it kind of just stopped. And there we go. So then we just need to chuck down a piece of soul sand. And then what we need to now do is get all the way back up again. Alright, time to dig down again. Not the end of the world at all. If we put signs here, here, there we go. And 2 more signs here. And then just in case, some torches. I think if I'm not wrong, do we just... There we go. Bubble column. So now we have a really quick way to get back up and down. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go try and grab as many levels as possible. I'm not going to bore you with it. And I'm just going to try and grab maybe like 50 levels. This is going to take me forever. Wish me luck. Oh, no, 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 no. I forgot to put the bucket down. Alright, so I spent way too long grabbing all of the decent enchants for our tools. We did get really lucky with our sword. We got sharpness 3, knockback 2, looting 3, and unbreaking 3. So the only thing we need now is mending, except we don't have any villagers. So I'm going to go pay a visit to Rainy's base. And Rainy does have villagers with mending, but they are expensive. So we're going to go do some trading with his villagers, of course, because I do not have villagers myself. And we're just going to grab a buttload. So we need 4 mending books in total, and then our tools should be okay, and then I'll go back to our XP farm and just grab plenty of XP because our tools are literally on the brink of breaking, like 55 durability, 50 durability. Certainly not ideal. Gosh, 16 for a mending book. Alright, well, we're gonna have to go get some logs because we don't even have nowhere near enough. Gosh, I hate getting logs. Alright, so I was able to collect just over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 7 and a bit stacks. And alright, so let's just craft this up pretty quick. Come on. There we go. Oh, sweet, we can get 3. Alright, I think we're probably best to save our emeralds. That wasn't too bad, to be honest. So I just need to borrow his anvil. This is gonna be fine, I reckon. Alright. Time to head home. Plonk. And I'm going to get us some XP on our sword and everything else, and we'll be back. Boy, am I not excited to get into the end so we can build a Enderman XP farm. This works, but it is very time consuming. I just spent like half an hour. But all of our tools are now finally fully repaired. We've got decent enchants on them, so we got a sharpness 3 sword, knockback 2, looting 3, mending, and unbreaking 3. 2 pickaxes are perfect. We've got fortune 3, efficiency, unbreaking, and mending, and then same with the other one. We've got silk touch, efficiency 3, which isn't perfect, but that's alright. At least we got efficiency on one of them, and then our axe is efficiency 4 with unbreaking 3 and mending. We might put silk touch and maybe something else on it, but it does work. And the best part about it is I'm actually collecting a bunch of bones, arrows, and bows. So I'm thinking for our shop we can probably just set up a bit of everything. Especially for when we go to the end, players are definitely going to want to have a bow and a whole bunch of arrows for when we go to fight the Ender Dragon. So might be able to make a bit of money off of that. Probably not too much once we get into the later stages of the game. But arrows are something that everyone needs for their own bows. So maybe we'll still be able to sell them. And bones are always a great thing to have for bone meal. So probably we'll be selling some bone meal, some bows, some arrows, as well as our sand and gravel. And maybe a couple of other little items. I think just for our shop, I just wanted to have kind of a mix of bit of everything for our shop, to be honest. Right, so now what? Well, there's a few things that I still wanted to get done in today's episode, other than just building the XP farm and getting better tools. Now, one of the biggest things that is happening is the shopping district. So that has already been set up, and a lot of people have already started their shops. So I wanted to check out the progress that has been made. Now, when I was off camera, I was able to quickly claim us a plot because I was worried that all of the good spots were going to be taken up very quickly by everyone else. Now, the only issue is that we don't even have a shop. We have a very temporary little base, and all of the product already sold. Because I was selling sand, and that is what I'm going to continue to sell because everyone hates collecting sand. So, I think we need to go get some resources for our shop. Okay, we have a bit of a problem. So, I want to build with mud bricks. Now, the only issue with mud bricks is that I either have to go to a mangrove biome to get them, or could do them the old-fashioned way of a water bottle and some dirt. So if you didn't know, you can just place a dirt block with a water bottle and it'll convert it to mud. However, that might take forever. So I'm gonna do the long painful one. Well, after a decent amount of time collecting every resource, I think we're going to have everything that we're going to need to start making this shop. So, let's go. here she is, guys. This is the final progress that we made towards our little shop here. We've finally got it all looking beautiful. We've got some vines that I've clearly missed when I was putting them up. But as you can see here, everything looks wonderful. We've got stock all stocked up, so we got a whole bunch of gravel, a whole bunch of sandstone, as well as a whole bunch of sand. And then our game of Risk It is all set up. So this is what I was talking about before. So Risk It. Welcome to Risk It for a chance to win a biscuit. Game rules are simple. You place 1 diamond into the barrel on the right. 1 diamond is 1 play. Simply press the button and take your prize token on the left. Take 1 token for a stack of items. Place the paper back into the hopper on the left. Just press the button and that's it. The hopper is below the sign. Prizes change often, so a more valuable item may pop up. No refunds, so best of luck, the MrPanza, aka me. Something else we did have is now the weekly Hobbit deals, so this is going to be something until the stock is out. So at the moment we've got some stone, and then yeah, so as you can see from the signs, all we got to do is press the button. So as you can see, we got box number 2, we just got to come and find it. Box number 2, oof, we got some leaf litter, that's not great. And you just drop that back there, and then you'd obviously take your token, come over here, take the leaf litter, and pop it in. And it's as simple as that. But that is pretty much all we've got to have time for today's episode, as we've got quite a decent amount done. We got our XP farm set up, and we got a shop finally set up in the shopping district. As you can see behind me, many progressions are starting, especially this beautiful cathedral done by Josh. And I know that other players are starting to get their shop set up too. I know Joni's just down there, and obviously Rainy's amazing wood shop. So hopefully it brings us some sales, because we definitely need some more diamonds. But that is pretty much all we have time for, so I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.